Welcome. Welcome, Mr. King. That is your name, right?
My name is not King. I am the king. Have you ever heard of the king of rock and roll?
Well, of course I've heard of the king of rock and roll. Are you saying you're that king?
In person, baby. In the flesh, it's me. Elvis is in the house.
Well, King, I've seen your name on the candidates list for the Lake Wildwood board. Will you tell me why you're interested in this thankful job?
I hate to correct you, Mr. Interviewer, but it's thankless. Thankless. As many meetings as the board holds, I will be on stage almost all the time. The applause is enough for me.
Well, I think you'd be a great addition to the board. Provide the light touch, if you know what I mean. Well, to help you get elected, I'd like to ask a few questions I've received from our readers that will let voters know where you stand on the issues today.
I'm ready. Let's rock and roll.
Well, okay, let's start with what actions would you take as director to make Lake Wildwood more attractive to potential buyers?
Well, I'll tell you, Willie, for starters, have you seen that stage in the Pine Room? Have you heard that 60 sound system? It must be totally analog and played through bookshelf speakers. You're going to have a really big show. That's got to go. Otherwise, you'll never see this honka honka burning love on stage. With my show next door, you might even be able to fill up that restaurant of yours on weekends.
Well, speaking of restaurants, it's said that our restaurant loses over $250,000 a year with no end in sight.
Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Lordy, lordy, I feel my temperature rising. $250,000 a year loss? Why, that's 2 dump trucks full of peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I would stop the bleeding, convert it to a sweet little Mississippi-style deli, and stop this heartbreak hotel.
Interesting, King. I know maintenance is not exactly your specialty, but I wonder what you would do to improve the appearance of Lake Wildwood homes and yards that have fallen in disrepair.
Disrepair?
Disrepair.
Oh, all right, thank you. Get back, Jack. Zero tolerance on this issue. We gotta be styling to keep our property values. Hey man, we're a beautiful Sierra Foothills planned community here. Not a Memphis trailer park, dude. A little less conversation and a lot more action. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I can see that your influence would add much to our efforts to beautify our community. I wonder how you'd handle a really tough financial issue like our reserves. As you know, Lake Wildwood has been here since about the time you appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show. Sadly, we haven't set aside enough money to pay to replace some of our buildings that are getting a bit long in the tooth. How would you solve that problem?
Well, don't be cruel now. I'm new to Lake Wildwood, and if you expect me to pay to replace old buildings and golf greens you've used for 40 years, you got the king all wrong. As I see it, it's now or never. Everyone who owns property here must start setting aside some money to fix up old buildings like the clubhouse. Add $20 a month or so to your reserve fund, and you won't have to ask that question in a few years, dude. Everyone must have that attitude that it's today, tomorrow, and forever, Lake Wildwood, and soon they will experience the green, green grass of home.
Very interesting and moving advice. Another concern, however, to the community is how to enhance the effectiveness of our committees. What would you do to take advantage of the contributions made by our volunteers?
Take advantage of them? Well, son, if that's your attitude, it's no wonder you're worried about effectiveness. My daddy Vernon used to tell me, son, you've got one mouth and two ears. You spend twice as much time listening to people as you do telling them what you think. Now, you don't just run people around here and have them be on these committees and work for hours and hours and hours. And then when they turn in their report, it basically gets tossed into the shredder, if you know what I mean. As my good friend Aretha used to say, it's all about respect.
Elvis, management efficiency is in question here in the wake of the consultant's study of the golf course operation. Do you have any thoughts on ways to increase management efficiency?
Well, I certainly do. It's all about TCB. TCB, baby. Taking care of business. If I'm elected, which I fully intend to be, it's going to be shake, rattle, and roll around this old golf course till we get it right.
All right. Well, one last question, Elvis. Our parks, golf course, and lake seem to be overrun with white, nasty geese. Dirty, nasty creatures. Any ideas?
Well, absolutely, Willie. I don't know if you've ever stepped in a big pile of goose poop, but it's not a fun thing in life. This is an easy one for the king. Really easy one. Hound dogs. Hound dogs everywhere. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, and means no more of them nasty old geese.
Well, Elvis, we can't thank you enough for sharing your ideas with the community here today. I'm sure everyone will take advantage.
And take my advice to heart.
Take your advice to heart.
I hope so, because it took some valuable time for me to come over here today, but Lake Wildwood means a lot to me, and that's important as my retirement home. Even though I'm dead, it's important for me to have a great place to be and hang out. And thank you very much.
Well, Elvis
Yeah, well, what's up?
has left the building.